Please listen. Yesterday we were talking about the functions of commercial bank. There are different functions like to accept deposits, to extend loans, and to receive and make the payments on behalf of the people, those who are associated with any of the bank. Now, how commercial banks are able to create money, or how money supply can be changed by the activity of any commercial bank in the country. So commercial banks, they are able to create more credits or loans, and they will be increasing the money supply in the country by a multiplier effect. Do you remember the multiplier we studied in the start of our lessons in macroeconomics? That in macroeconomics, multiplier effect is that how many times national income will change due to change in injection to the economy. Now here the money multiplier means, or credit multiplier means, how many times money supply will change due to change in deposits with the bank. Whenever bank is receiving a deposit, how many times it is going to change the money supply in the economy, how much loans it can extend or create. This is the main thing. So money multiplier means, multiplier, it is denoted by K as previously we did it. So money multiplier means this is the change in money supply in the country due to change in deposits. How deposits are received by the bank and how much it is going to change the money supply. For example, if there is 100 million deposit with any of the bank, and now it is able to change the money supply by 600 million. Deposit is 100 million. So how many times money supply has increased? 6 times. So what is the value of multiplier? 6. Can I say over here the change in money supply is equal to what? K multiplied by change in deposits. Like if money multiplier is 6 multiplied by the initial deposit, the total money supply will be equal to $600 million. Clear? So multiplier value is 6 over here. So if multiplier value is 4, there will be 4 times money supply created in the financial market. Now I am going to explain you how this multiplier actually works. How commercial banks are able to create more money. This is a phenomena which I am going to explain right now. So first of all, keep it in mind how this commercial bank will be able to change the money supply. Do you know what is meant by reserve ratio? What is the reserve ratio? For example, one person has deposited money with the commercial bank, he has opened an account. Do you think by the next day or after the few days he or she will come back to withdraw that money? No. Bank will estimate that the depositor will not come earlier to get his money back. It will take time for him or her in order to withdraw the cash. So central bank asks the commercial bank to keep some reserves of each deposit and rest will be lent out. So that is the reserve ratio. Reserve means in order to meet the daily withdrawals from the bank needs to keep some of the reserve money with it. For example, 10% of every deposit is kept by the bank as a reserve, and the remaining 90% of every deposit is lent out to the borrowers. Clear? Now reserve ratio is that the proportion of the deposits which are kept by the commercial bank in order to meet the daily financial needs of that bank. That out of 100 depositors, how many are coming every day to withdraw their cash money? This is the reserve which is used by the commercial banks in order to keep the banking running. So first of all, what is happening? This is the deposit of the commercial bank. Here I am writing reserve ratio. What is the reserve ratio? This is the 10%. How much it is? 10%, and the remaining are given as a loan. For example, 100 is the initial deposit. Its 10% is 10, and remaining 90 are given as a loan. Clear? Over here. Now what is happening? This loan to the borrower, bank will ask that borrower to open an account with the bank in order to get this loan. When a new account is opened, a new deposit is created. Clear? A new deposit is created. Again, bank has to keep 10% of reserve, and the remaining 81 is extended in the form of loan. Actually, when deposits are created, what is happening? Bank is in a position to lend more and more money. So it is always creating the deposits in order to increase the lending, because these loans are the assets from where a bank will be able to earn interest, and these deposits are what? The liabilities of the bank in order to pay the bank. Now this is a new account which is opened, and again bank has to keep the reserve, and the remaining amount will be lent out. Keep it in mind, this process will go on until unless these reserves are equal to the initial deposit of 100. Bank will keep on lending, and we assume that whatever the amount is lent out, it is redeposited within the same bank or with another bank. So when these reserves are equal to the initial deposit, if this person comes back to get his money, the bank should have this 100. Clear? So when 100 reserves are equal to the initial deposit, till that time the bank will be able to create loans of 900. How much loans it has created? 900. So here the total deposit will be equal to 1000. Out of this 1000, 10% are the reserves, and remaining 90% are the loans. Clear? Can we make a smaller balance sheet of this bank? What is the balance sheet? Do you know? Here I am writing the liabilities, and here I am writing the assets. First of all, initial deposit. How much it is? 100. And reserve. Reserve is an asset of the bank. Reserve. How much reserve will be created? 100. Now, what are the created deposits? Created deposits, they are worth of 900. Like these deposits are created by 900. And how many loans are extended by the bank? 900. You see over here, this smaller balance sheet of the bank is balanced now. Its assets are equal to the liabilities. So out of 100 rupees deposit, how many times money supply has changed? 10 times. So this is how credits are created. Now I am going to write again, the credit multiplier is change in money supply due to change in deposits. Alright? Change in money supply due to change in deposit. Can I write like this? Change in money supply is equal to K into change in deposits. So K is what? 1 over R multiplied by deposits. Change in deposit. What is this R? Reserve ratio. This R is actually reserve ratio. So if reserve ratio is 10%, this is 0.1 multiplied by the deposit of 100, the total money supply will be 1000. Follow my point or not? This is the multiplier 1 over R. Okay? Now this reserve ratio is set by the central bank. For example, central bank wants to reduce money supply in the country. What will it do? It will change the reserve ratio. For example, central bank is now wants to reduce money supply. So it says keep 20% of your deposits as a reserve. So 20% means what? R is now 20%. So it's equal to 0.1 over 20. How much it is? 0.2. 1 over 0.2. This will be the K. So how much is the multiplier now? 1 over 0.2 is the 5. So if a reserve ratio is 0.2, the value of multiplier will decrease. Now less money will be extended as loan. So banks' liquidity will increase and money supply will reduce in the market. Clear or not? So when reserve ratio is increased by the central bank, the money supply will decrease, and when the reserve ratio is decreased, Alvina, what it is? This is 5% is the reserve ratio. What will be the K charge? 1 over 0.05. So multiplier value will be 20 now. If central bank decreases the reserve ratio, the multiplier, the credit multiplier or money multiplier will increase. So it is totally dependent upon the central bank monetary policy whether it wants to increase money supply by the commercial banks or it wants to decrease the money. It depends upon the economic objectives of the country. Central bank will design the monetary policy according to those objectives. Here I am taking one type of reserve. I am having only one deposit. That can be a current account deposit or short-term saving account deposit. And yesterday I was talking about there are different types of deposits. So which money supply central bank is going to control? For example, if central bank is going to increase the liquidity of the banks, now it is changing. This is 1 over R1. This is one type of reserve. Another deposit is having another type of reserve. Another deposit will have another. So as the reserves are increasing in the denominator, the value of money multiplier will decrease. And the reserve ratios, they are increasing in the denominator, the value of multiplier will decrease and less money will be supplied in the economy. Clear? Now another thing which is called capital asset ratio of the bank. What is that? That will show us the stability of a bank, how much capital assets a bank is owning with respect to its liabilities. When capital asset ratio is increasing, it shows it is more stable bank. It is not going to have any default. In the near future, it is not going to have any bankruptcy when capitals or assets they are higher than the liabilities. Like you might have studied capital ratio, current assets over current liabilities or liquid ratios. So that shows us the stability of a bank. But too much high value of capital asset ratio will make it less profitable. Because too much liquidity with the bank, it is not extending loans, so its profitability will decrease. Clear or not? So this is how we have used the reserve ratio in order to see the money multiplier, how money supply will change due to change in the reserve ratio set by the central bank. So every time reserves are set. Did I teach you narrow money and broad money? What is narrow money? Actually, this is leftover thing. I have to explain it earlier. What is narrow money? You remember the functions of money we discussed? Medium of exchange and store of value.
Yes.
Narrow money means what? Narrow money. This is also called monetary base. What it is? Monetary base. This is denoted by M0, or some of the books are writing it as a M1. So it is the currency notes in circulation. Currency notes plus coins plus sight deposits. Sight deposits, do you know what is sight deposit? The current accounts. Current accounts of business people, like if you are having any current account with any of the commercial bank, this is called sight deposit. It can be withdrawn at any time without giving any notice to the bank. So this is what currency notes in circulation, coins plus sight deposits or current account deposits of the commercial banks. So this narrow money means what? This is a liquid cash which is circulating in the economy, which will perform the function of medium of exchange. Why do we keep liquid cash with us?
So we can buy them.
To buy the goods and services. So narrow money is that which is easily convertible into cash. Either it is present in your account by using an ATM, you can withdraw your cash. So what is the ready cash available with us, or it is easily withdrawn from the bank, or it is easily converted into cash? We say this is called narrow money or monetary base. Follow my point? So it performs a function of medium of exchange. It is not used for store of value. Now what is broad money? What is broad money? Do you know broad money? Now it will perform the function of store of value. Like, now it will include, now this is called a broad money, you can say it is M1. It is M0, narrow money, plus time deposits. Do you know what are the time deposits? The long-term saving accounts, plus building societies deposits. Building societies deposits. What do you mean by these things? This is called broad money. Please listen, be attentive. Time deposits means now the depositors, they have kept money with the commercial banks for 3 years or 5 years. They have stored their value of money in the form of long-term saving account. Do you think those saving accounts can be easily converted into cash? Until unless the maturity dates come, then they will be convertible into cash. For 3 years, after 3 years or 5 years, they will be converted into cash. Building societies, like the assets, when individuals, they are converting their liquid money into assets which are not easily convertible into cash. So what do we say? They are the long-term deposits in the form of building deposits, building societies, housing deposits. So when money is used for the store of value, which is not instantly convertible into cash, we say this is called what? Broad money. Now the central bank will decide what type of money supply it is going to control in the economy. Whether it is going to control this narrow money, usually they keep an eye on the broad money because they are the time deposits. So according to that, central bank will change the reserve ratio, which type of money it is going to control by using the monetary policy. Followed? So this is I wanted to explain you how money multiplier works in the economy to have more money created by the commercial banks. Main function of the commercial bank is to have money supply and according to the central bank's monetary policy. They are actually, these commercial banks are implementing the central bank's monetary policy, whether it is reflationary or deflationary. So according to their objectives, commercial banks are designing their loan strategies and how much loans they are going to extend in the economy. Clear? Tomorrow we will be doing the central bank, how central bank works to change the money supply.